Capital News tonight. A director of Halotel and 5 others have been sentenced to pay 42 billion shillings as compensation to TCRA. "55 Ethiopian nationals have been found abandoned in Mikese, Morogoro region. And in sports, Simba Sports Club confident of winning against FC Platinum of Zimbabwe. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Nasma Mwambe. Let's get started with the national news. Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court in Dar es Salaam has sentenced the Director of Communication from Halotel Tanzania, San Guyen, and 5 others accused to pay compensation of 52 billion shillings after being found guilty of incurring Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority a loss of 75 billion shillings. The court has also fined the accused 24 million shillings after agreeing to having committed 4 out of 10 offences facing them. The police force in Morogoro region has detained 55 Ethiopian nationals who were abandoned in the forest in Mikese area after entering the country illegally. The police commander in Morogoro SACP, Fortunatus Muslim, said the Ethiopian nationals have traveled on foot from Ethiopia to Nairobi, Kenya, where they were put in a container on a lorry that was heading to South Africa.
When they got to Nairobi, they were put in a container, and this is how they got here. There was no air nor food, so they couldn't handle it anymore and were abandoned in the bush.
The Minister of Energy, Dr. Medad Kalemani, has directed the investor of Powergen company that distributes solar energy in Biharamulo District, Kagera region, to surrender to the ministry immediately to face allegations of selling electricity to residents for 1,000 shillings per 1 unit, which is against government directives which requires electricity to be sold at 100 shillings per 1 unit.
Electricity was not reliable.
Serikali hairuhusu Mtanzania mmoja kulipa shilingi 100 kwa unit.
The government does not permit for one Tanzanian to pay 1 shilling per unit. In other areas, yet another one pays 1,500 to 3,000 per unit. We will increase manpower, so we work day and night.
Residents of Uchira village, Kirua Vunjo Southward in Kilimanjaro region have urged the government to intervene on land conflicts between them and people alleged to have grabbed and sold their land, a situation that has caused the residents to have no areas for economic activities.
I decided to go and check my area. When I got there, found out that it was marked. The district council acted fairly, but some people left this place and ran to the district land council, while there is village and zonal land councils. I'm not in charge of distribution, and if there is anyone out there that is claiming I've done so, let him show me the evidence.
The President of Zanzibar and the Chairman of the Liberational Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, has assured that both governments are determined to ensure union challenges are discussed and resolved. Dr. Hussein Mwinyi made the statement at State House in Zanzibar during a meeting with the Minister of the Union Environment, Umi Mwalimu, who had gone to State House to introduce herself as the new minister.
I'm certain that what is remaining will be solved too, so trade between us is much better. I commend you for having been elected with many votes by the people of Zanzibar. We are confident that Zanzibar will go far under your leadership.
Fishermen on Lake Babati have urged the government to review the request from a Chinese investor to invest on the lake so as to conduct research so as to avoid losing of fish species.
When the Chinese invests here, we will have no place to go. Where are we supposed to take fishermen and livestock keepers when there is a drought? After 3 months, all scientific and research matters would have come to an end, and we will bring you a full report. The documentation for this investor will be looked into early, so we don't take a report that is incomplete to fishermen.
Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has said that the private sector plays an important role in bringing about economic development to Tanzania. The Prime Minister said this when meeting with the new board of Tanzania Private Sector Foundation at the Prime Minister's office in Magogoni, Dar es Salaam.
Private sector ndio chombo chetu muhimu sana.
The private sector is an important tool in the contribution towards national development. Even as we speak today about the economy, we speak about the existence of the private sector. We'll make improvements in the coming 5 years so that you know that the government is with you.
The government has said it will strip off their titles council directors and officials of the finance division in councils who will fail to reach 50% of revenue collection by January 2021.
I don't want to see any municipal council achieving less than 50. If so, the officer in charge must ask himself if he is the right person for that position, or if he needs to step down and leave that position to someone else. The citizens have donated 28 million. The town council has donated 370 million. And Honorable President, when he passed here in April, he donated 10 million.
Mimi kama mbunge wa eneo hili nilipita wakati wa kuomba kura.
As a member of parliament for this area, I came during the campaign and I told the people that a big hospital has been built, but it will be well equipped and have experts to run it.
The Minister of State in the President's Office for Regional Administration and Special Division of the Government of Zanzibar, Masood Mohammed, has halted salary payment of officers from the government forces through the bank, and this month salaries will be paid in person, being measures to verify and weed out non-existent officers.
Wote wa idara maalum za SMZ kufanya uhakiki wa watumishi wote.
I'm instructing all heads of SMZ special departments to carry out an evaluation on all employees, and in January 2021, all salaries to be paid by cash so as to meet the requirements of the evaluation. All contracts to be reviewed, and if we establish that something is missing, the Attorney General will give instructions.
The police force has assured that they are prepared to discover, prevent and combat crimes as well as road accidents so as to ensure Tanzanians enjoy Christmas and a New Year festivity peacefully.
Siku hizi Watanzania wataungana na waumini wengine duniani katika kusherehekea sikukuu.
We are moving towards Christmas and the New Year celebrations 2021. We urge the general public to give us their cooperation so that Christmas celebrations for this year and the New Year 2021 are celebrated peacefully.
Kisha basi wanasherehekea vizuri na wanafamilia.
And that is the end of the national news. International news comes next after the break. And in international news, the government of Kenya has said that the health workers' nationwide strike is illegal and it as it enters its 6th days. The strike has caused health services in public hospitals to deteriorate, with leaders and Kenyans calling on President Uhuru Kenyatta to resolve the crisis.
Employer on various occasions, but they don't look promising. They've always taken the issue lightly. Even to write a commitment letter is a problem to our employer. So that's the reason why we decided to down our tools.
They are not giving everyone PPEs. The only PPEs that they are saying they are giving is PPEs that were being given at the isolation center. But at the facility level, no one is being given a PPE. We are buying our own PPEs, or if they give a PPE, they are giving us a substandard face mask. It's not even a surgical mask, it's a face mask. There's a difference between a face mask and a surgical mask. Also, and what we are demanding that whole health workers who are handling patients are given N95 masks to protect themselves. The high volume facilities should have, every worker should get at least 3 N95 masks a day during their duties.
The Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue in Uganda has projected that voters' turnout during the general election next month will be low. It states among reasons to be hostile relations between security officers and politicians from opposition parties.
Those threatening to beat others, let me assure you that no one will get hurt.
South Africa is facing increasing isolation as more countries ban travel over the discovery of a new variant of the coronavirus. Israel, Turkey, Germany, Saudi Arabia and Switzerland are among countries that have halted air travel to and from South Africa following an announcement that a new variant of COVID-19 virus is driving South Africans' reassurance of the disease, with higher numbers and confirmed cases, hospitalizations and death. That is the end of international news. Business comes next after the break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
And in business news, mobile phone company Vodacom has given 3.9 billion shillings as dividends to customers who used M-Pesa services during the month of April until June this year.
Mteja wa Vodacom M-Pesa aweze kujua kiasi atakacholipwa kupitia simu yake ya mkononi.
For Vodacom M-Pesa customer to know how much he will be paid, he should dial amount to 15300 and he will receive a message. The Deputy Minister of State, President's Office, Public Services and Good Governance, Deogratius Ndejembi, has directed property developer Batumishi Housing Company to ensure construction costs for houses are affordable so that public servants can buy or rent the houses and be able and enable the company earn revenues to operate efficiently.
Haina maana ya kujenga nyumba ya milioni 98, apartment moja. It
doesn't make sense to build an apartment for 98 million when with that same amount one could build a spacious house. So I'm sure the 98 million could be reduced. We are ready and have realized that building via a contractor is not right for us because of the cost.
Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA is continuing with the door-to-door campaign, which aims at providing taxpayers education to entrepreneurs so that they understand the importance of paying taxes.
What is most important is to impart knowledge about tax, so this time round we've decided to come to them. It is important that they visit customers because there are a lot of challenges. It is one way of educating a business owner about his duty to pay tax.
And that is the end of business news. Sports comes next after the break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose to Lendl.
And in sports, Simba Sports Club defender Pascal Wawa believes his side have no option rather than beating FC Platinum and advance to the next stage of the CAF Champions League. Here's more.
Champions will meet the Platinum Miners from Zimbabwe for the first time in history tomorrow during the second round first leg match of the competition at the National Sports Stadium in Harare. Simba have already arrived in Zimbabwe for the fixture, and the Ivorian defender, who was among the 24-man squad named by Sven van der Broek, has now maintained they will do everything possible to win the match and keep alive their hopes of going far in the competition. The Wekundu Msimbazi qualified for the next phase of the competition after securing a 1-0 aggregate win against Nigerian outfit Plateau United.
The Carabao Cup final has been pushed back to 25th April in the hope that fans can be welcomed to Wembley to watch the match. The EFL has announced the game was due to be played on 28th February. Here's more.
The number of fans permitted will be dependent on government guidance in place at the time, and it is hoped that moving the date to later in the year will give clubs and their fans the best opportunity to attend in person. The decision follows the introduction of new Tier 4 restrictions in London and large parts of South East and Eastern England last the weekend. In Tiers 3 and 4, spectators are barred from attending matches. The quarterfinals of the competition are being played on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, with the final kicking off at 4 p.m., the EFL added.
Lionel Messi has admitted the ill feeling between him and Barcelona over his attempt to leave the club in the summer affected his form at the start of the season, in which he has posted his lowest goal and assist tallies in 13 years. Here's the story.
In August, when he sent the club a burofax stating his desire to move on, but Josep Maria Bartomeu, the club president at the time, blocked the move, and the Argentinian committed to stay this season to avoid a legal battle. He has less than 7 months left on his contract and is able to negotiate with other clubs from January. Messi struck for the 643rd time for Barca on Saturday to equal Pele's goals record for a single club. But he has drastically underperformed this season, as have his side, who trailed the La Liga leaders Atletico Madrid by 8 points.
Under fire, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta insists the club has mapped out its next two transfer window, as he claimed some of the team's poor results were down to bad luck. Here's more on the story.
Gunners are languishing in 15th position after gathering only 14 points from 14 matches and are only 4 points ahead of Fulham in the relegation zone. Ahead of the Carabao Club clash against Manchester City at the Emirates Stadium tonight, Arteta explained that Arsenal's technical director Edu had a plan in place for player movement to and from the club, while he himself will look to improve the squad. Arsenal have only won one of their last 10 Premier League matches, with 7 defeats seeing the North London side tumble down the league table.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. Thank you for watching and good night.